This video is not a replacement to your owner's manual. Please refer to your owner's manual for additional information. Invacare full body or comfort slings are typically used with residents who are totally dependent, those who cannot bear any of their own weight, and those who require head and neck support. Invacare full body and comfort slings are designed to work with Invacare full body lifts, including Invacare Reliant Series lifts, Invacare iLift Series lifts, and the Invacare Jasmine full body lift. They are available in solid fabric or mesh and can be ordered with or without a commode opening. Always check the weight capacity of the lift and sling to ensure you do not exceed the lowest capacity of either item. Always check with the physician before selecting a sling. Although one lift may be suitable for many residents, it's recommended that each resident be issued their own individual sling that conforms to their weight, medical condition, and type of transfer that will be performed. Before you attempt any kind of lift, make sure that you understand the resident's limitations and their ability to assist with the transfer. It's a good idea to communicate with the resident throughout the process. Let them know about each step before you perform it so that the resident is comfortable, relaxed, and can help you in any way that they can. If you explain each step as you work through it, your resident will learn the routine and become comfortable with it. Let's watch as we position the full body sling for a resident transfer. Position the resident flat on their back in the center of the bed. Make sure the rails are both raised. Fold the sling in half lengthwise. Position it so the seams are facing the edge of the bed and the folds are facing the resident. The top edge should be slightly above the resident's head and the bottom edge should be just above the knees. A quick way of telling the top from the bottom is by locating the identification labels. They are sewn in at the top of the sling. Have the resident lift their leg closest to you so that their foot is flat on the surface. Help them if they need it. Position one hand on the resident's elevated knee and the other hand under the resident's shoulder. Simultaneously push on the knee and lightly lift their shoulder. The resident will roll onto their side with relative ease. As the other caregiver holds the resident, push the sling underneath them. Roll the resident again onto their back. Then roll them over on their side using the same technique. Slowly push on the knee and lightly lift the shoulder to roll them onto their other side. Smooth the sling out on the bed. Roll the resident again onto their back. The sling will be properly positioned. Lower the rail on the side where the lift will be positioned. Be sure the bed is at a safe working height. Move the wheelchair near the bed. Lock the chair's wheel locks to prevent movement. Before rolling the lift into position, make sure that there are no obstacles under the bed. Now, steer the lift with the push handle and move it into position over the bed. Satisfied that you have clearance, move the legs to the full open position. Lock the lift's rear casters to prevent it from moving while you attach the sling. Lower the boom until it is close enough to the resident so you can attach the sling. The hanger bar should be aligned so that it is parallel with the resident's shoulders for proper attachment. Keep the hanger bar away from the resident's head. Each strap has a series of color-coded loops sewn into it that allows you a number of ways for positioning the resident in the sling. For the two straps at the resident's head, use the color loops that are nearest the resident. Be sure to use the same color loops for both sides. For the two straps at the resident's legs, use the loops at the end of the straps. Again, be sure to use the same color loops for both sides. It's important to note the top color loops do not have to match the bottom color loops. After attaching the sling, unlock the rear casters on the lift. The lift must be free to adjust to a new center of gravity. If the casters are locked, the lift can become unstable, tip over, and people can get hurt. Make sure the resident's arms are inside the straps. Put a slight amount of tension on the sling by pressing the up button on the hand pendant to elevate the boom. Double check to make sure that the sling straps are secured to the hanger bar. If they are not, lower the sling and fix them. Now, lift the resident a few inches off the bed. When clear, gently swing their feet away from the bed. Use the push bar to pull the lift away from the bed. Stand squarely behind the lift. Place both hands on the handles and pull. Never pull or push on the boom. Use the handles to push it into position over the wheelchair. Lower the resident onto the chair. The second caregiver should position themselves behind the wheelchair. Use the straps or handles on the side and back of the sling to turn the resident so that their back is against the back of the wheelchair. Lock the casters on the lift. Lower the boom so it's by the resident's chin. Remove the straps, remove the lift, and the sling can be left in place.